Genesis 2 and 23. And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh.
We are now connected. Us two are now connected. Through the spirit, through the flesh, all of that, we're now connected. We're
Plus he
joined
gave her
unto
a
each other.
woman of his own line.
And plus a woman of his own line. Because there were the sons of men, the sons of the wicked, and the sons of the Most High, which were the lines that were broken down within them.
It says,
So he gave Adam a son of a daughter, so to speak, of the sons of the Most High, daughter of the Most High.
therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh.
Therefore, read it again. Read it again.
Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife.
A man shall leave his father and his mother and cleave unto his wife. Now that's still true today, but that's a lot of that up under your woman spirit. But there's a righteous way that's supposed to happen. You guys are supposed to separate from your father and mother and be with
Because
your
you're supposed to
wife.
have you're supposed to, at that time when you getting married, you already setting up your household.
Right.
And
You
you
already
need a
set up
woman
your
to hold your,
finances.
right, so you need a woman, which is your helpmate, to hold the house down.
Right.
You know? So at that point, you're no longer living under your mother and father's roof.
Right.
You got your own roof, and you got your servant, your woman, living under your roof with you.
That's right. Let me read this right quick. Back in 1 Esdras chapter 4, verse 25. Wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother. And and that goes into that, but he's not supposed to necessarily love her better. He's supposed to always respect and reverence his father and his mother and be respectful to them. The same with his wife. But with due benevolence. You know, but their parents birthed them. But a lot of men are just giving themselves up wholly to be with bitches that ain't worth nothing, for lack of a better term. For women that aren't worth a damn, that don't know how to cook you healthy food, that don't know how to sew your children's clothes up, that ain't bringing nothing to the table, that may not even be able to produce children, that give you grief. Matter of fact, get Sirach 35, a woman of the
Yeah, it's sad because Jake is so, like the brother Yashawamba say, Jake is so beat down that they'll mess with anything that's small in their face.
Yeah.
So Jake is so beat down that royal mind state that they used to have, you know, like women are supposed to come after me and not the other way around. Jake been so beat down, he feel like he has to simp for these women that don't bring anything to the table, man.
That's right.
They don't. A woman that ain't gonna bring nothing but drama, attitude, defilement, everything you wanna imagine. She's bringing that to your life, and you simping her, man.
That's right.
And majority of Jake, that's what Jake is doing.
That's right.
You know, and you definitely can't be a man of the Lord and serve Him if you out there simping these hoes, man.
Yeah, man.
You can't. Those two don't go together at all. You know, if you look back at the men of the Lord, man, it was completely the opposite.
That's right.
You know,
They broke their neck.
they womanized.
Yeah. There's a difference.
They didn't put these hoes on a pedestal.
No way.
You know,
And
the
those
moment
women
that
were
any one of
better
them
than
did, it led to sin, and they went off.
Yeah.
You know,
The moment that went on, that's what happened. They
This is
went
an
on.
abomination.
Verse 22.
I'm standing in front of an
25 and
abomination.
22.
I just like the picture.
So Sirach chapter
Come on, stop.
25,
Come on, stop preaching.
verse 22. A woman, if she maintain her husband,
A woman,
I got
if she
one
control-
quick question.
I'm not taking questions for you right now. A woman,
Why
I'm
do you
teaching
have
something
12
right now.
tribes
A
of
woman, if she
Israel
maintain
lying
her
in front of you?
husband,
That's what I want.
a woman, if she maintain her
Fuck your
husband,
religion. I really don't give a shit.
I don't give a
I'm
fuck about
Catholic,
religion.
and I
Oh,
got
so you-
saints
so-
all
so- so
around
all
me.
your-
I
oh,
got
I'll say
Jesus
this,
around me.
it's just a
But
demon.
I just
trying to
want
take
to
us off
Don't knock
track.
control tribes. That's for me.
Yeah, because God gonna whip your ass when the day
Oh,
comes.
believe me, I
That's
don't
horrible.
believe it.
Verse Sirach 25 and 22. A A woman, if she maintained her
A
husband,
woman, if she tries to control her husband, go ahead.
It
not
has to
full
be
of
always has
anger,
beginning.
impudency,
Uh-huh.
No.
and much reproach.
Absolutely.
Anger,
Yes.
impudence, and much
Absolutely.
reproach.
No, that's something that you
So
believe
so
in.
when
I
there's
believe
all
in
of
the
those
book.
things going on, a woman ain't
Right.
gonna be
I think
treating
that's
you
Use the
right.
Old Testament.
She's gonna be
You
full
got
of
12
anger.
tribes
She's gonna be
of
full
Israel,
of
honey.
reproach,
You
coming
gotta
back,
believe in
back
that.
talking all of that, and
Yes.
impudence. She's not gonna be able to get
Yes.
nothing done. She's not gonna be able to get nothing done.
coexisting. My personal
Next verse.
Yes, but
no, that was all I
but
wanted.
the
Let's
tribes
get to the
came from a long time. The
Well,
most
that's Jewish.
established
A wicked
tribes.
woman abated the courage,
Christ
keep
is
up a
Jewish,
heavy
honey.
countenance,
Christ
and
was
a woman
right.
heart.
Why are you
A
Christ?
woman that would not comfort her
Yes.
husband in distress,
is what
Uh-huh.
they try to
maketh
coexist.
weak hands and feeble knees.
It breaks a man down when a woman's not doing what she's supposed to do because she's not helping to build him up
We
in
know Christ.
strength.
We know Christ was Jewish.
So,
And a lot of these women, they get off on doing that to you when they know that you're weak.
A black Jew.
Yep.
When you simp them like that,
Well, there is a black
that's
Jew.
exactly what they do, man.
yep,
They'll feed off your emotion, like you get emotional just like she is,
that's right.
you know, and they'll feed off of that, man. You look weak in her eyes. So she ain't gonna comfort you. She gonna let you do what you do. She ain't gonna give you the same comfort that you would give her if she was feeling out or whatever. It's always usually the opposite. When a woman is, when she expressed how she's feeling all like she under distress, she going through something. It's always that one nigga that wanna well shit, tell me what's going on. She wants you to, you know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, she crying on your shoulder for that affection.
That's right. But putting all her emotion onto you where you can't even concentrate fully on what you need to be doing.
Whatever fucking race, you know. And believe me, I'm not going.
Genesis chapter 2,
I got
verse
real Jordan.
24. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh.
And they should be one flesh.
And they were both naked, and the man and his wife, and were not ashamed.
They were both naked, and neither were ashamed. Meaning, when they were naked, it wasn't about unclothed. It was about they didn't have a covering. They didn't need a covering like that.
Jesus was the biggest motivator.
So they were naked in that sense. They didn't need they didn't need to be worried about all the sin and all of
They
those
didn't
things.
have, get out of here, Satan. Basically, the Most High had it to where
You don't even know what that
back
means,
then.
man. You don't even know what that means. You don't even know what the word Jesus
I
means.
should talk.
You're being a fucking adversary, man. You're being an adversary to the Heavenly Father.
That's an
You gonna be
Edomite.
condemned,
That's
man.
an Edomite.
You know who the fuck that is.
He's going to be destroyed, and he's going into captivity.
That's right.
all
Thus says the
that's all
Bible.
that's going for. We ain't
Fake
worried
ass
about-
Jews
we
ain't even
worried
the real
about-
Jews
we
that
ain't
you
gonna-
think are
We
Jewish.
ain't even worried about
Get out of here. Fucking Satan.
basically where I was at. Basically, when it says that they became one flesh, and then, no, when they were naked,
And they were naked.
they were naked of the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
Right.
They didn't have the Most High didn't enter his breath yet
Right.
into them.
To
You know,
give them the understanding.
to give them the full
of
understanding.
both sides, of the evil and the good, so to speak.
That's right. So, you know, they were naked and they weren't ashamed because they wasn't given
Yeah.
the clothing yet. You know,
They didn't need it. They were just doing right. It's like this. It's funny. I make a joke about Vampire in Brooklyn. Eddie Murphy was doing the path. He said there's a duality, two sides. If there was no evil, there would be no good. You need both. But before them days, you didn't need both. You didn't need both. It was only good. You didn't have to know the other side. Right? You got 3 seconds? Chapter 3, Salak.
Genesis 3.
Because you gotta understand, everything was good, man. They were not ashamed. They had no sin. They had no problems. Everybody was following directions and following orders. Everything was good. Until here comes the fucking serpent, which that same serpent was a man with the spirit of Esau, which is the so-called white man today, on him. That same wicked ass spirit on him back then, but he had
Women
dark
hate
skin
hearing
but
this.
now.
Hey, the women of our nation, they hate hearing this, man.
Of course
We
they-
talk bad about this
Get there.
devil. These women, they can't stand to hear that.
And when we're reading why they hate it. And we're reading right now why they hate it. Go ahead and read it, bro.
Genesis chapter 3, verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. Which
Subtle
the Lord.
meaning, subtle meaning he was cunning, he was slick, he was clever at the way he did things than any other beast in the field. And it's talking about his spirit being like a serpent. Not, so it's like, hey, so like that demon tried to come up. Hey, so I think religion is bullshit. Hey, his Jordans are that color and mine are this color and mine are better. He trying all the little cunning, little sneaky ass ways to get us to jump and jump at him. But we just have to resist the devil, the fucking deceiver, and send him up the fucking block. Yeah, bro. That was an example of how subtle the serpent man is.
Which the Lord power had made, and he said unto the woman, ye have the Most High said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden.
But hold on, why is he even talking to her? You forget, why is he not even supposed to be talking to her? That ain't his wife. He shouldn't even be talking to her. And more importantly, she shouldn't be listening. Continue on. He said you ain't supposed to eat of every garden herb in the garden, every tree in the garden. What?
And the woman said unto the serpent,
Wait, why is he talking to him? Why is he talking to the serpent? The serpent man ain't her husband. Her husband is Adam. Why is he talking to him? This is the whole issue that we have today. This is the issue of today. The issue that we're talking about today, these bitches is out of order, man. They talking to other men, wonton and everything else to every man that's walking all along. Disrespectful, not only to yourself, but to your man and to the Most High God. And the Lord even.
Alright, give me 1 second.
Go ahead, bro.
and the woman said unto the serpent, he may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden.
Can't keep her fucking mouth locked, bro. Can't keep her fucking mouth quiet. She gotta say something back. That's full of reproach. But she thought she was probably about to do something good. I don't know how. You weren't told to be able to go off and talk to every other man. But you gonna talk shit to this serpent, man? He's cunning. He baited you into this conversation. You didn't have to respond. Keep your fucking head on your path. And go do what you're supposed to be doing. What Adam told you to do. Go ahead, bro.
But of the fruit of the tree, which is in the midst of the garden, the Most High have said, you shall not eat of it, neither shall you touch it, lest you die.
You ain't supposed. Wait. My
She was telling the
husband told me.
serpent that.
Yeah, my husband told me that God told him not to touch nothing. That we ain't supposed to eat of it, touch it, or nothing. The garden. He didn't even tell him what tree. Tell him what tree it was. He said the tree in the midst of the garden, which was the tree of the knowledge of good and evil.